Dr. Fairclough, this is Christopher again.
Yes.
Okay. I've got the law here with me right now, and I can send you a copy of it. But the law clearly states in section 4020-6-1, section 4, a written objection from the parent or guardian of a student or child based on religious tenets and practice shall be submitted in person by the parent or guardian in the county Department of Health for issuance or certificate of religious exemption from the required immunization of testing. That clearly states, and what you were telling some of the students was that only applied for kindergarten through 12th. And I think when you misinterpret the law is where in section 30-4, it goes on to say that there's certain private schools, and it says section 30-1, and this section shall only apply to kindergarten through 12th grade and not to institutions of higher learning. Okay? If the religious exemption did not apply to higher learning, there would have been a specific code in there or a specific section that said that deliberately, that religious exemptions did not apply to higher learning. But it does not state that, so religious exemptions are clearly giving in the law as it states. And the only thing that would be an exception, UAB is, does UAB get any government funding?
I don't.
Hey, Austin, where's your keys?
Close the door. I can't hear. Do what?
Where's your keys?
I would assume they probably do.
Well, I can show you that UAB gets millions and millions of dollars of government funding. Okay, and my understanding from the Constitution of America that we still some people follow, UAB does not discriminate on religious beliefs, do they? Sir?
No, well, I don't think so. No.
Well, I mean, you either don't think so or you do think so. You know, if UAB discriminates on religious beliefs, then we got a major issue here, okay? Because the law clearly states what it is, okay?
Well, let me tell you this. I can't interpret this because I didn't make any of this. I'm just reading you what UAB is. So I don't actually, no one's asked me about the state law or any of that. That's just my looking at it, what I think. I'm not representing anybody else. I didn't make this decision, and so I don't mind you telling me. It's just that I don't.
Right.
I'm not the decision maker. I don't.
Well, the other day I was told you were the decision maker. When I talked to the young lady on the phone.
Yeah, what I make the decisions on is if somebody has a medical exemption request.
Okay.
That's all I make a decision on.
Well, let's go back to that real quickly because this year in your student handbook, your policy says, and I'll read it to you verbatim, exceptions to the policy have been made in limited circumstances for students who can document medical and/or contradictions to the vaccine. Okay? Could you tell me what the and/or contradictions to the vaccine is?
Well, I think I'll have to look again, I guess, but I think it says contraindications.
I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Contraindications to the vaccines.
And what I've been told is that is medically related contraindications.
Okay, so if that's the case, Dr. Fairclough, why in last year's policy the exceptions clearly stated the exact same thing, but where it said documented medical and/or, it said religious contradictions. So why did those things change from last year to this year? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm not the person that I did not have anything to do with that. I'm not in administration.
Okay. Well, I would really appreciate if you talked to somebody in the administration.
That's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get some mechanism so that people have questions beyond what I can answer, because all I can do is read you the policy, and the only decision I make is if someone has turned in something and it's related to a medical condition or something, and then I'm the person they turn it into.
Okay.
As far as anything else, I can't make a decision. It's not in my authority to do that.
All right. Well, again, I understand that completely, but I'm just hoping that UAB is not discriminating on religious beliefs, because we have a major issue with a state-funded institution discriminating against religion. And I think that'd be a very good story for everybody here in Alabama to know about its own university, wouldn't you?
Well, I don't,
Huh?
I can't answer any of that. I'm not the person that would be. I don't think that UAB would discriminate.
Okay, well then this issue should be closed and finished, and we should just have to go down to the health department and get the white card, okay, the white card, which is the card for religious beliefs, which you guys submit the blue card from the Jefferson County Board of Education, so you should submit the white card. The same thing that was given to all these students that chose not to get the religious exemption in high school applies to higher education. Because if it didn't, it would clearly state that in the law. And as you look at the law and read the subsections, you will see that only stated in that one subsection 630-1.
Well, see, I'm not the person you need to talk to about all that. I
Okay.
don't know how to interpret all that.
Well, if you could find me that person to talk to, Dr. Fairclough, I would love to talk to them.
That's what I was trying to do today or tomorrow, because I agree. I mean, someone needs to this is something beyond me.
Right.
I don't mind talking with you at all, but it's just I just can't answer these questions because I don't know the answers to start going into things like that. I'm not the person that needs to be talking with you.
But don't you find it very interesting that the handbook clearly stated last year that medical and/or religious contradictions, and then now this year they took out the religious part and just added the contradictions? You find that a little ironic?
I don't really have a comment on that.
Okay.
It's the policy, whatever the policy. That's the policy.
Well, again, if that's the new policy, that means UAB is discriminating against religion, and that's a major issue, okay? And I think you would agree because we do follow the Constitution, right?
I think that everyone's following the Constitution.
Okay, well then this should be a very simple fix, and I hope you can find out who to talk to get this fixed.
And so, who should I, when I find out someone to speak with, who should I tell them to call and what number and that kind of thing?
You can tell them to call Christopher, and my direct cell. You got a pen?
Is it the number you're on now, the 631?
Call me on my cell phone.
Okay.
My best way to get in touch with me is 205-936.
Okay.
9803.
And then will you give me your last name?
Again, if I give you my last name, then I have twins there, and then now you may discriminate against them more, and I don't want that to happen because right now I don't know what's going on here at UAB. So I think it's best in the interest of my children that right now they not know or you not know exactly who they are.
Okay.
Yeah, don't you think that's fair?
I completely think that's completely up to you. I just want you to get help.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate that, Dr. Fairclough.
Like I said, I'm really trying to find who is the best person for you to speak with. All I can do is tell you what the policy is, and I have to, I have to read it exactly as it's written.
Now, last year, were you in charge of the same program last year?
I had to make the decisions on the medical.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, last year, did you get any religious exemption forms?
I'm going to just refer you to someone else because I really am not the person you need to talk to about all of this.
Okay, so you can't tell me if you received religious exemption forms last.
I received a lot of stuff last year to do with immunizations because we have so many immunizations. But I really need to get someone who can answer these questions for you better than I can.
Thank you so much. Get them to call me, please.
I will.
Thank you, Dr. Fairclough.
Right.
Bye-bye.
So every student in every college has to have all their shots.
That's what they tell them.
That's a lie.
It's a complete total lie. God, why'd you screw that up? God, it pisses me off. I wanted to go in there and get that interview of him with his face and everything would have been priceless. Priceless!
Your daddy is so mad at you.
I can't believe you. Why would you go do that for? Huh?
He called
He's
me.
young.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I can't.
Hey, it's all right.
It's not all right.